shit. A real fucking icebox. Huh.
There is no spoon.
What's wrong?
Seriously? You auto-updating now? General, I won't be able to calculate the right data for the satellite for 49 minutes.
How long till impact?
11 minutes and 44 seconds.
Fuck Microsoft!
Well, they call them interdimensional beings.
He specifically asked for you, sweetheart.
By our powers combined, we give you the Galactic Family Podcast.
Put the phone down.
Hello, my name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
It's probing time.
Hey, you guys know what time it is. It's the Galactic Family Podcast time. Let's do it. So we've got two great people in the audience today. This episode is Beyond the Brain, Psychic Abilities, Mediumship, and Human Consciousness. What if intuition isn't just a feeling, but a doorway? What if consciousness doesn't end with the body, but it expands beyond it? In this powerful episode of the Galactic Family Podcast, we sit down with Sha'ron and Skip of Psychic Spectrum, two highly respected voices in the world of psychic development, mediumship, and spiritual exploration. With decades of experience helping individuals connect with their intuition and navigate communication with the other side, Sha'ron and Skip bring grounded insight in topics often misunderstood and rarely explored with this level of depth. Together, we dive deep into psychic perception, mediumship, consciousness, intuitive development, and the rise of intuitive children. This isn't just a conversation about psychic ability. It's an exploration of human awareness, connection, and the unseen layers of reality. If you've ever asked the question, if you've ever questioned your intuition, felt something you couldn't explain, or wonder what lies beyond this life, this is the episode for you. Welcome home to the Galactic Family Podcast. Let's bring up Sha'ron. How you doing, and Skip?
Hey, great. How are you?
Coming on.
Hey, doing great, guys. To start this off, how did you guys get started, and what's your earliest experiences with intuition and psychic awareness?
Oh dear. I was born with being empathic and intuitive. So when you're born with it, you don't really know you have it, right? So I would just know when the phone was going to ring and who was on the other end. I'd tell my mom and she'd go, yeah, right. And then the phone would ring and it would be who I said it was. And she'd look at me like I'm crazy. But she never shut it down. She never said, stop that. She never did any of that. So I think one of the coolest things I had that I didn't know why I had it was, as a kid, I could tell if another child or a friend or a schoolmate was any good or not. I knew whether I should stay away from them or whether I should be okay to play with them,
Okay.
So I was in my 40s when I figured out not everybody could do or feel what I feel.
Well,
so,
but what's funny, you forgot to say.
I probably did.
When she was in school and a new kid came into the school, they would put him or her with Sha'ron, and because they knew that she empathically could,
I guess, I don't
take
know,
care of their needs.
But I kind of sensed, I sensed how they were scared or upset or what. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, but having it when you're born with it, like I think a lot of people out there probably have it and they don't know why they have it because they were born with it. And then they expect everybody in the whole world to feel and be able to do what they do. And when they don't, they really get upset. They go, how come I don't count? You know? So it took me till my 40s to figure out my mom couldn't do what I did. And I had to let her off the hook then. You know, kind of give her a break.
Yeah.
But so I just kind of grew up with it, you know, but Skip was a whole nother story.
Yeah, I was raised as a Catholic. Don't hold this against me now, guys. I was raised as a Catholic, and
there's nothing wrong with that.
I was taught to not. No, there's not. But I was taught not to believe in any of this. Only Jean Dixon, who was a famous psychic, was allowed to do this. She had dispensation from the Pope because she predicted John F. Kennedy's death, who was another Catholic. Yeah. So she was the only one that was officially allowed to do this. So anyhow, that's the way I grew up. That was my thought patterns. It's a bunch of woo-woo, a bunch of hokey, you know, and everything else. So I meet this person here. We started going out, and she's telling me things that are going to happen. Or watch out for this. Or this going to happen there. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to get into? So anyhow, it started coming true. So I didn't acknowledge it. I didn't even tell her. I just paid attention and used what she told me. So we ended up getting married. That's 52 years ago. But we ended up getting married. And again, 17 months into our marriage, I'm still like not saying a word and blah, blah, blah. So I have a motorcycle accident.
And it was 18 months.
It was 18 months.
18 months.
I have a motorcycle accident and I have a serious head injury. I died. I left my body. I floated above the accident scene, watched them work on me. And my grandfather, all of a sudden, my grandfather is holding my hand and I'm floating like Casper the Ghost, you know, and I'm floating up in the air way above the trees, watching them work on me. And he starts talking to me. And he told me things that were going to happen that came true later on. I ended up telling her. And when I came back into this life, I came back and told her, and they actually came true. But he told me it wasn't my time, and if I could go back if I wanted to. And he said, but you still have things left to do for her. And when he said that, I looked down. It's like somebody pushed my face down, and I'm looking at it. She's in the crowd. That long story, I could get into that. But anyhow,
story in itself.
Yeah. But, so anyhow, long story short, I was off work 6 months. I didn't remember who she was. I had all kinds of memory problems, and even to this day, my short-term memory is short. We'll leave it at that. But I had a very technical job, information technology, and so that worked out fine. Technical things I can connect with real well. But I discovered that I started seeing little letters or flashes of light, and they became words, they became sentences, and I got pictures, scenes, smells, and everything. And dead people were starting to appear to me who I knew were dead and talk to me. And it wasn't until 20 years later, that was 1976. 20 years later, the movie said that was called
I See Dead People.
I see the kid that said I see dead people.
Mm-hmm.
We went. So Sixth Sense, yes.
Yeah, Sixth Sense.
We went to a movie with other couples to watch that movie, and when we were done, we went to a restaurant, had coffee, and I'm sitting there. This movie just hit home with me. It affected me, and I started bawling and I was crying in the restaurant. She said, "What's the matter?" And I told her, "That's what I see." And so anyhow, after that, she started explaining and working with me and teaching me, and so I could understand. And then I was connecting with her on the psychic level. And so it just developed, and it's been 33 years in public that we've been doing this in public. And it's been very successful. We've helped a lot of people. We've had fun, and we've taught a lot of people things. And
you know, one thing I found amazing in that whole story you just told is, you know, people would say, well, if she's psychic, how come she didn't know that? Because of spirit, don't think don't think, that's good English. If spirit doesn't think you ought to be in that environment at that time, or you're not supposed to, you don't know, because spirit's the one that tells you what you're supposed to know. And so I didn't know for 20 years. I just thought he was, reacting from the head injury. So, I mean, spirit has control of everything, It's not us talking. We're just telling you what we're hearing or feeling or sensing. So.
But that opened up a whole world. I mean, I had my career. I had 52-year work career, general, what do you call it, regular, real career. Yeah. But we always did this on top of that. Yeah. And it was like from dawn to dusk.
But the whole thing about this, I mean, yes, I am kind of superstitious, but a black cat crossed my path 3 days before he got hit. Mm-hmm. And a month and a half later, my dad had a near drowning experience. He was the first man to survive a saltwater drowning. And a month and a half after that, Skip's father had a heart attack the day after Christmas. Yeah. And I said, the black cat will never cross my path again, and it hasn't. I will turn around and make a U-turn in the middle of the road and go somewhere else. So, I mean, did it have something to do with that? I don't know, but I'm not taking a chance.
Just to pre-warn, I own a small black cat called Mr. Meowgie. If you like, I think you might be in the back. Okay. I'm just going to close this door.
If you own a black cat, you're okay. I'm not saying all black cats are bad.
It's funny. No.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi is very mischievous. Okay?
Yes,
he likes to get up there and make himself known on the webcam.
Animals. Yeah. It's weird. Animals can sense energies, and so when we're usually doing this kind of thing, and if we're talking to somebody on a video event like this, whether it's a reading or whatever, animals will come up and try to get into the picture. So it's nothing.
Just to follow on what was said there, I mean, like, it sounds like if you're innately empathic, you're innately born with these skills, you're not aware of them. It's normalized.
It's normal to you. It's normal to you.
Skip's near-death experience would sound, as a motorcyclist myself, like it's. I can only imagine having that and then coming back and then being made aware and then watching the film Sixth Sense and having like, oh my God, I haven't told anybody about this, but this is what's happening to me. Mm-hmm. So I think a good follow-up, like how does acknowledgement of our own like abilities, how does that play into the development?
Okay. Oh, that's a loaded question. No, I'm kidding. Well, once you're aware of it, that opens a whole nother avenue, because once you're aware of it, then you have to be aware of the fact, because it depends on whether you're getting good stuff or bad stuff. I mean, I hate to go there, but I'm gonna. So once you open up, you have to make sure you stay in the white light and only come from the white side. You don't want to deal with the dark side stuff. So you must figure out where you're getting your messages from, and if it's helping the universe or people, or whether it's something that's going to hurt them. If so, you have to change it and figure a way to do only what your gifts are allowing you to do from the white side, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
because you don't want to deal with the dark side.
How do you figure it out when you're dealing with these different voices that are coming in? Because I've had, my own experiences. I've had people around me that we've been in a session together. We've had, CE5. We all drew the same being exactly, that we saw. And we weren't in this, we were in a virtual space doing CE5, all looking at each other. How do you tell which one is good, bad? I mean, you did say like if they're helping people, but
there are tricksters too. There can be bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I can only answer for myself, and then you can answer. The only way I can figure that out is if it feels right.
Okay.
It's a feeling for me.
Okay.
And
I don't know what
I look at it this way: if you align yourself, your practices, and your daily life with the white side or the light side, whatever we want to call it, then that's where you're coming from. Okay. So when I connect with people on the other side, I do not channel. I'm not a religious person. We are spiritual in nature. But even the Bible says you do not give up control of your body.
Yeah.
Okay, to a spirit. But you can connect with them. So in other words, you don't let that go, that yourself be taken over. You connect with them, and the messages, they talk to me. And so I pass the messages on to people. This is like when we do a private psychic reading for talking to the other side. Or we also do a monthly group event where whoever wants to come, and we sit down and I connect and I pass messages back and forth, type of a thing. But it's because there's people that show up that I will not acknowledge, that because I know that they're not, their intentions aren't good. They're dangerous. They're
Is it a feeling?
Tricksters. It's a feeling.
Okay.
It's just a knowing.
So yeah, it's a knowing. That's a good word.
And can I answer one thing? Somebody I saw posted a question. What do we mean by the word spirit?
Yep.
Spirit. Now, we believe that our gift is a gift from God.
It's a Christian gift.
Yeah.
I am Christian.
And I have to say this. I went to the other side. I came back. I was given the opportunity to come back through my grandfather. Okay. I chose to do that because he said there are things left to still do for her. So I decided I've got to go back. Anyhow, when I came back, I was given that gift. That connection is still there. I've never been able to turn it off.
Yeah.
She could turn hers on and off because she was born with it. It's a natural thing. And to me, it was, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it was forced on me. It was just given to me. And there you are. You got to do this. This is going to be your life's work.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but you agreed to that before you came in.
Sure.
You agreed to have the motorcycle accident. You agreed to go up there and come back with the gift.
Yeah.
But
with the contract already before the life started.
Exactly.
Like, this is going to happen. Get ready to face it.
Yes.
Well, we talk about contracts. That's what we do. Well, we're on the other side. We figure all this stuff out that we want to work on when we get here. Let's take care of that karma, or let's go, whatever. And when you get done, then you give it to, your guides and angels and that, and they let spirit or God. I always call him spirit because it's like I kind of go towards the Native American part of it because they call great grandfather, spirit. But they will look at your contract and say, "Are you sure you want to try to do all this lifetime?" And you go, "Oh, sure, yeah. What the heck?" So you come down when you're born. You go through the veil, it's like you get amnesia, because if you remembered what your contract was, you would do what you had to do and split, right?
Yeah.
So now you have to come in and work on what you agreed to work on, learn all the lessons and take all the blessings. And that's what Skip agreed to do. That's how they said you're going to come in and help people this lifetime. And that's what you're doing, So.
And, I got to throw this into on a broader scale. Okay, we are psychic / mediums. However, we want to teach people that this is normal. Everybody's got it. You had it, Jay, when you explained your CE5 experience. But everybody has it. We just want people to understand it's normal. It's there. Use it. What do you call it? Grow it. Learn more about it. It helps. It makes things a lot easier in life. Plus, when you do cross over, you hit the ground running because you're already briefed on the concepts of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, you're already ahead of the game.
Like when Jay was doing that C5 stuff, that reminded me of remote viewing.
Yeah,
which is psychic.
Sure,
you're tapping into your psychic, and so that's. And I totally believe in that. I believe the military uses it, and I think they go and they find out stuff. I do, which is a good thing in my book.
We made contact, or somebody. He actually came to us.
Yeah, I did.
He trained with Ingo Swann and Ed Dames.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted to put on a class in our. We used to have a gift store, a Psychic Spectrum gift store with a big, large meeting room. So he wanted to put on a class. He came to town, and I'm like, remote viewing, come on, man. See, I'm the biggest skeptic about anything metaphysical and paranormal. I want to check it out. I don't just buy into it. So anyhow, I said, sure, but let me put 2 people in the class, and I ended up putting 3 people in the class for free because I wanted the people I knew that would verify that this was real, true, or whatever. And I actually sat in on a brief parts of the class. Anyhow, remote viewing is very real, and it can be done. I did it, and it shocked myself. Him and I had a little bit of a discussion back and forth in private that whether it was psychic ability or just remote viewing. They view it different. It's not psychic. It's part of our nature to be able to do it. You have to train. Well, that's what psychic and intuition, same thing. So we agreed to disagree, but it's all connected.
So you brought up psychic spectrum. How did that begin? How did you start that first off? Did you just did you start off, okay, we're gonna, this is something that we can, both get into as a field that we can teach people about. Let's get a building, let's do something about it. Let's, what happened, in that process?
Okay. We used to go, again, remember, I don't believe in any of this. So I said 20 years went by and I finally told her, okay, we one day we're driving in downtown here and there's a restaurant. And we'd never been in there. We wanted to go in for pie and coffee. It was after dinner. I think it was, or right before dinner.
It was
evening. So anyhow, we go in for pie and coffee because everybody's talking about their pies are great. So we're sitting there and we go in and there's a sign, just a little poster attached to the front desk. And it says psychic group in the back room. Wow. And we walk in and her eyes, I saw it. Her eyes lit up big. It's like, whoa, I'm home, and let's go in there. And I said, no, I'm not going in there. So we sat down and had pie and coffee. And all the while we're sitting there, she says, let's go back. Let's go in there. And they're in the room next to us. And let's go in there. I said, no, I'm not going in there. And so after, I don't know, 25 times of me saying no, I said, fine, we'll go in there, but I'm not coming back. So we go in there. And I'm sitting there, the big skeptic, right? And I'm saying, in my mind, I'm trying to do a mental telepathy thing. If you're so psychic, connect with me. And I'm telling this lady that's running this group, do this, do that, look at me. Didn't do any of it, right? So it proved to me it's not a mental thing, I guess, or she's not mental connect. I don't know. So anyhow, we went there. She enjoyed it, and we left. So I go to work the next day. I called her, and something just kind of intrigued me. I don't know what. I mean, there was people from all walks of life there, all belief systems, everything. And I called her from work, and I said, you want to go back there again tonight? Because they did it on like a Wednesday and Thursday night. So she said, yeah, let's go. So we went back. Well, we went there. And something just resonated with me. And we started going back every Wednesday and Thursday for 3 years?
Oh, no, a couple of years.
Couple of years. So I'm learning all these things. And she forces me to go and have a reading, a psychic reading, right, with one of the psychics on the panel there. So I go, and she made me go. So I go back there. And this guy, he was an astrologer / psychic, okay? Absolutely wonderful, good astrologer. And he's looking at, we're sitting across the table, and he's telling me things that it's like, how the hell did he know this? And we both, he looked down and I looked down at his ephemeris, which is an astrology book. And he looked up at me and I looked up at him, and we both had tears in our eyes. And it was because his near-death experience was very similar to mine. And we could just kind of connected on that psychic level. And this blew me away. And after that, it was okay. It's Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to the group. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, we did this. Long story short, I got tired of the person who was running the group of not teaching anything. It's like, come on, let's let's learn more. There's a whole world of metaphysical and paranormal stuff out there. Let's learn. So I kept saying to her, I mean, we were together 3 or 4 times a week. And so I kept saying,
she was a friend.
She was a friend. Can we have so-and-so come in and talk about remote viewing or whatever? No, she wanted to keep it for herself so she could be the star all the time. And so anyhow, I'd had enough, and we just decided we're going to break off, form our own group, but we're going to teach people, because that's what this is really all about. People need to learn this to help themselves. And so anyhow, we got together with another lady and my sister, and we're all kicking names back and forth what we're going to call the group. And they're throwing names out. And I looked at them, I said, no, it's the psychic spectrum, because we want to teach the whole spectrum in the metaphysical and the paranormal. And so that became the psychic spectrum. And we formed an LLC corporation, and here we are 35 years later.
Yeah.
Wow. Really, really kind of setting up something kind of future-proofed almost, right? You know, just like I think a question I have is, you know, operating individually as a sovereign being, an individual, and then working with other people, working in groups. Is there like on an energetic level, if you want to call it that, is there more kind of, when you have all those different minds focused in on one thing, do you get more effects from, or not effects, what am I looking for? Do you get more information about, you know, from, you know, if you're doing psychometry, if you're looking at history, if you're trying to find somebody who's a missing person, these kind of things, or even just exploring as a group, is it preferable, you know, once you're aware that once you acknowledge you have these things and you want to learn more about where to go and what to do, what advice would you give people on that level?
The easiest and quickest way, well, first of all, let me throw this out to you. When group consciousness, okay, when you do things just like our remote viewers, they even though they're individually doing their viewing, they're connecting as a group.
Right.
Like Jay and the CE5 in the same room. But so when we read, we do readings separately, okay? But when we read, people want a reading, when they book a reading with us, we read together at the same time. We both sit down with our cards. She has different cards from me, and we read and we record it, because we talk so much that for an hour, people aren't going to remember anything. So we record it and I send them the recording. So that's the group consciousness there. And I found that she makes my connection stronger for me. So when I read alone, I struggle a little more than I do with readings. But the group consciousness, yes, it's a real thing, and it helps. It amplifies it, I guess. But
yeah, it does.
If people want to find out how to do this, how to learn it, you can pick one or all of the subjects. I mean, over the years, we've learned so much about pendulums, crystals, angels, near-death experiences, UFOs, Bigfoot, you name it. It paranormal and metaphysical. But you have to seek out like-minded people. Okay, so in the U.S., what we recommend to people is find a metaphysical store and get to know them a little bit and make sure they're on the white side, so you understand, because there's a lot that go on the other side too. But
there's a balance.
There's a balance, yeah. For it, so find some group, a store that does things that is on the white side. Get to know the people and kind of find your niche in that group, and then and don't limit yourself to one. Go to several stores, because you'll learn different techniques, different practices, different topics. But that's the easiest and quickest way in the U.S. And I'm going to say probably in the rest of the known free world, is find like-minded people and connect.
But you also have YouTube to listen to people.
Yeah.
You can read books. A good book. I'm not even sure if it's in print anymore. You may have to get a used copy. But like Basic 101, it's called Psychic. Oh, no, I just went blank.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Oh, for Pete's sake. It's by Sonia Coquette. Oh, Psychic Pathways. That's the name of it. Psychic Pathways. And it kind of delves on just real, first level on everything. And then you kind of see what you're in tune with and what you're interested in. And then you can take it further from there. But Psychic Pathways was one of the first books it's like I always tell people, try Psychic Pathways. The first part of the book is like her story a little bit, but then it goes into a workbook and it tells you all kinds of stuff about chakras, stones, guides, angels, you name it, numerology, astrology, all that stuff. So it's a good way to be introduced to different genres of the metaphysical world.
Is it called The Psychic Pathway?
No, just Psychic Pathways.
I think it's Psychic Pathway. I'm not. Okay. I won't stand on stones on that.
I remember absolutely.
Is it Psychic
it's Psychic Pathways.
Okay.
Oh, Psychic Pathways. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonia Coquette is the author.
Yeah. And the lady actually lives here somewhere. In the
Northwest. She lives in Seattle area with us.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good book.
It is called. It's called The Psychic Pathway. I got it right here.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a really good book.
Let me pull this up. I'll actually pull this up on the screen.
You can look and read a lot of books. I only have 2 dream books I really like when I look at dreams and see what everything means. But there's lots of dream books out there. There's lots of things on stones and it's amazing what's out there. Some of it I like, a lot of it I don't like. But it's personal preference,
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Right there. And I don't even know if it's in print anymore. You may have to get a used copy.
But that's the one you're talking about to get though, right?
Yes, that's the book
awesome.
That's where I started. One of the ones I started with. So,
but
it's just an informational book to understand it.
Yeah, and like I talked about, making connections, right? Mm-hmm. In the years gone by, we've got into we are the first people in the Seattle Northwest area to teach this as a group or as a formal setting. Mm-hmm. So we're the first people to create group ghost hunts. We take groups, we still do it to this day, take groups on ghost hunts. We take groups out UFO watching, and we take groups out to do our Bigfoot watching. And we've had phenomenal results with all of that. It's been unbelievable. We've got voices, videos, pictures, you name it. But along those paths, once we started looking into that, we've met other people. Nick Redfern was one of them, an awesome guy. But so we've met these people, and we kind of incorporate all these things into our bailiwick, whatever you want to call it, of our psychic / metaphysical world. And that's why, I don't know, I think that's what's made us successful working with people, is because we're open and we try to just make it a normal thing. And like we talked about before the show, she's like, I don't know what you call her. She's a natural born comedian. So we use laughter and humor, along with the learning and the fun process. We make it fun for people too.
Well, laughter, it raises the vibrations. And if you're going to do this work, you want to be at the higher vibration.
Yeah.
So laughter is good for that.
And we've even got into, I ended up with this collection, of material. Have you ever heard of the Roswell incident?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I have the original book, the early copy, or not Roswell. Well, sorry. The Maury Island incident.
Maury Island.
Okay. That's not far from us. Yep. I have the original book. I have the files that from the FBI that are redacted a little bit, not a lot. I have a piece of slag that they picked up off the beach at the island. I've got a bunch of other stuff. I got this collection through a connection we had, and I don't know what to do with it, but I have it, and I look at it every so often, and it's like, this is kind of cool. You know?
I could definitely tell you what you could do with that metal, because I was gonna bring this up at the end of the podcast, because that's normally when I bring up like stuff that is like extra at the end, like stuff we talk about. But I'll bring it up right now. We actually have a piece of slag from a UFO that I'm getting tested. That I'm getting tested myself. 23rd January 1983, strange debris fell out of sky in the UK. We have the we have the certificate of origin and where it came from, and I also have like a whole, what's it called? A receipt of transfer, where it was, receipt of handling receipt. So from 1983 to now, it's been handled by two people, this guy and me.
Wow.
So I'm getting this to Phoenix Labs, Falcon Space over in New Jersey. And the guy there is going to run chemical analysis and all that I can ever want on this this nice metal that I got from.
Yeah, that's the one. That picture there with the.
That's the best picture I have of it. But you see, it has some kind of like, I don't even know, fiber optic, metal, plastic. I don't even know what's coming out of it, but it's something. But it's like embedded into the metal. So, but and that's like the skin of it.
Wow.
So we're actually getting ours tested at Phoenix Labs. That will be oh my God, I keep saying Phoenix. I don't know why Phoenix, like from the ashes you rise, I guess. Yeah. But okay, Falcon Space in New Jersey. Falcon Space.
Now, you see, when you said Phoenix, I wouldn't dismiss it. There might be something coming through that you don't even know yet. I would keep it.
It might be like I kept saying Phoenix for some reason, but Falcon Space, they're awesome. Mark over there, I talked to him. So if you guys trust that we could get it tested for you, well, we're more than happy just to send us a little sample, and then we could send it out to the lab for you and have all the results for you.
We got to talk about that.
That's what we're doing now with this sample from the UK. This guy's giving it to us. We're going to Falcon Space, getting it tested for him, no charge, and getting the results to him. Like anything we can get to either prove or disprove, is it advanced technology or is it alien?
Yeah. Was there letters anywhere on that piece?
No. It was all this. Let me pull it back up.
It just looked like that skin thing, huh?
Yeah, this right here. It was like now it's kind of like a honeycomb patterning, I guess, on the skin itself.
Hexagonal.
But when you're going like but when you're going microscopic, it has these little fibers that are coming out of it.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did the guy who owned it before you, did he have anything weird happen to him or around him?
I mean, the only thing that we know per se about this metal is we've heard from our friend that got us in touch with this guy. What's his name, George?
Let's just call him Chris J.
Yeah, Chris J. He got us in touch with him, and he was pretty much the middleman transfer of materials, I guess, from him to me.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, he's had moments of unidentified people around his property, but that was when he was, I guess, pressuring MOD to investigate it. And they were saying, pretty much that nothing came out of the sky. The RAP said that they had no aircraft at the time, and that this debris did not it must have landed. Let me see. Radar scanners picked up nothing unusual. Like it was, they were saying that there was nothing unusual out there. However, the night this happened, the debris fell was when there was all these military aircraft out there. These people saw them. Like, here they are. Oh, what are they doing? You know, they call it in. They say, we don't have anything in the air. Well, what are you talking about? It's right there. You know, but nobody will believe one or two people, you know, in the countryside. You know, it never happened. They're not going to believe them. And then he picks up this, you know, slag off of the, I guess you want to call it, material off of whatever landscape he got it from. And then after that, he didn't know what to do with it because pretty much he just sat on it the whole time. He didn't have anybody to take it to test. And now we have it. I have that small piece. I'm going to send it out. So like I said, if you feel like sending us a piece, I'll make sure you get the results for it.
Okay, I think we'll do that. I would love to do that.
Thank you.
But our slag looks different from yours.
It's yours. It's okay.
Ours is more like porous.
It looks like if it's lightweight, it's just like hummus almost.
Yeah, it's just super lightweight, almost nothing to it.
But it's black.
And it's.
Oh wow!
How would you describe the size of it? Like,
well, I could go get it. You could show it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Excuse me a moment.
It's just right over here in our shelf. But it's black and it's like a pumice. Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can see the silver in it as well.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah.
Metallic.
And see,
this is off of the beach.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
This is how big it is. I mean, it's almost weighs nothing. Yeah. Nothing at all. But
you know, it almost looks like volcanic rock.
It does.
But this is on Maury Island. There's no volcano even nearby. Not right here.
That's exactly what it looks like. But there's no volcanoes over there. That looks like a. Actually, you know what? D might be right. That does look like a meteor too.
Oh.
Well, testing would find out. Testing would find out.
I remember them saying that they saw where the grass was laid down, or where they could show where there was like footprints, you know, like vehicle thing, spacecraft landing prints, and that was around it.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a meteor then. You could have, and you know what? If you get that tested, hey, you never know.
It could
be Sha'ron and Skip. You could be sitting on like a really expensive piece of rock there if that's a meteorite.
Wow, really?
Yeah, meteorites are people will. Exactly. I heard NASA the one that hit this guy's building in I want to say Ohio, the one that came down in Ohio recently or something around that area, went through his garage or something. NASA came and picked it up. Here, it's a strangely unusual asteroid that came from they don't have this the makeup of it or something. They bought it from the guy.
Wow.
For a undetermined amount of money, but he said he will not be seeking any compensation for the roof from NASA. So I guess something came out that he got good. So I
don't even know.
You don't even need a big piece. Like if you take like a little end, like about as big as this, a little piece that fits into a box, pretty much like this.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, we've never break anything off of it.
Then you keep the rest of that, and I'll take that little piece, and we'll get it tested. And if it turns out to be a meteor, I would definitely look at going and saying, hey, look, NASA or somebody that wants to study it more, now we have it certified. It's a meteor. Do you want to take a look at it? They'll probably take that right off your hands.
Even if it's this light,
yes,
it could be a meteor.
Yes. It depends on what it's made out of, what material it's made out of. When it's coming in so fast, those materials are combining together and burning up. I'm not entirely sure what kind of material that's made out of.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like it.
I haven't either. Not like that. That's why I said it looked like volcanic rock, but then there's no volcanoes. And then Dee said in the back that, oh wow, that could be a meteorite. She's right. She's right. That's definitely.
Huh.
It could be because of how light it is too. Because meteorites usually are light, I believe, depending on the material.
If I had to guess, this is just a guesstimate. If I had to guess, this thing can't weigh more than an ounce, maybe
an ounce.
Yeah,
wow.
Maybe 2. It's
That's
so light.
Piece.
It's like holding a piece of paper, almost.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
you know what? Do it doesn't. Nothing flakes off of it.
No.
I always thought that was weird. But anyway, that's our.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
that could be another episode down the line. If you want to come back for that,
yeah,
because
please.
Once we get this tested and yours tested, then we'll have a podcast and we'll put out the results of both. We'll say here's this medal, and here's Skip and Sharon's medal.
Do you want me to?
It might just be nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. That's why we do it, though. You never know. It could be something stupendous. It could be extremely heavy for their size. But Scooby Dooby Gooby, I got a question though, because he's one of our researcher people in the background. He does a lot of like digging in. Scooby Dooby Gooby, can you look up though what if it was that light, could it be a material that is lightweight that came in? Like, are all meteorites extremely heavy, or can they be light? Because I don't know. It could be material wise that it's made out of, but
this one says pumice can float a long way. Yeah, I suppose it could.
Yeah.
There's.
But you thought there'd been more than one piece, unless they only had.
Yeah.
Maybe there was more than one piece. I don't know.
An ancient volcano is Mount Rainier, and it's probably 100 miles from there to Maury Island, and there's no water between it except for a river, and the river doesn't go near the island. The island's out in the Sound, and I don't know how to explain it, but it could
come from Hawaii.
Possible. Who knows? I doubt.
Well, you never know. You never know, like I said, until you get it tested, because that's exactly what this guy wants to know. He said, I found this. It's strange. It looks weird. Same as same thing. Yeah. Let's just get it tested, because you never know. When it comes in, right, we'll be able to tell whether or not it has some kind of like radiation coming inside the atmosphere of the Earth. You'll be able to tell on the outside of it whether or not that radiation is present. And if it is, then it came from outside the planet. So then we know, or on a spacecraft. All right, don't get technical, Scooby Dooby Gooby. I know it could have been a spacecraft re-entry, but or secret program. I got you. But let's get back on topic. We got intuition.
I can segue here a little bit with the Maury Island incident and Jay's material there. UFOs, or now called UAP, or originally called flying saucers, the psychic connection with these things, and the most recent term that some of us were aware of for a while, but is now public domain, psionics. So the interaction of mind with technology, and most of us have some form of electronic device in the house that we look at, and it's crystal technology, liquid crystal display, and all these kind of things. So I wanted to ask you your kind of feelings or ideas or understandings about how the UFO UAP phenomena connects with the psychic level, or that kind of intuition, that psychic intuition level. And is it all consciousness? Is it, or you're conscious and acting on that, it's consciousness and acting on you, or is it just all one? I don't know if you could talk a little bit on that. That'd be excellent.
I'll explain this way.
You're much more into that part of it than I am.
It's definitely a consciousness connection, okay, between humans and I'll just use the word alien, okay? But let me explain it this way. Science has hooked electrodes up to people, and they measure the hertz or the cycles that they vibrate at, that they give off. The normal everyday person is right at about 2,500 hertz, okay? Then they measured psychics / mediums. They're at 4,500 hertz on a normal, just walking around, everything. So people who weren't into metaphysical at all, 2,500. People who were practiced in the metaphysical, 4,500. So their science, this is their words, not mine. Scientific guesstimate is that the spirit world or the ethereal world operates at about 7,500. So you have 25, 45, and 7,500. Now, when we always, I'm talking from experience and knowledge, learning, okay? When we sleep, we raise our vibrations, okay? It naturally goes up. Our inhibitions are gone, okay? Also, when you get scared, that moment where you're terrified, everything just stops. Your vibration just jumps up. So you're aware of things, more aware. So that's why things look crystal clear. You remember every detail. When you have sex, it's the same thing. You raise your vibrations. And they found that people in all of these situations, they raise their vibrations to about 4,500. Now, the spirit world, when they want to connect with us as mediums, they will lower their vibration or come down towards us, and we connect out there at the 4,500, the ethereal level, okay? So when we tell people when you have that dream that you had lunch with grandma in the park next to a little stream, and it felt so real because it actually happened. You raised your vibration, they dropped down and said, hey, how are you doing?
You were on the ethereal plane.
Right, you're on the ethereal plane doing that.
Yeah. And that's why the ones at 6,500 caused The Walking Dead.
Right.
Because the energy is much denser at our level.
Absolutely. And if you think about this, take an alien from a different whatever, where they come to us or around us to connect with us, they're not mind readers either. People can't read minds. I've never seen any proof of it in 50 years. But they can.
I don't agree with you on that one. I think there are mind readers.
I don't.
I do.
But we've never seen proof. That's what I'm saying. But,
no, that's true.
But you got to think about it this way. Someone who's is advanced enough to have the technology to come here, whether it's they're on our dimensional plane or they're from another dimensional plane, it doesn't matter. They've got to have knowledge of this energy and this connection, how to use it. All right. And so they're able to do the same thing, like what do you call it? Almost like a mind reading, where they can connect with us energetically, psychically. Okay. So, and some people call it mind reading, some people call it energy reading or connecting, that kind of thing. So I say yes, when they connect with us, it's a psychic thing or intuitive thing, maybe a better word. And we have that ability and they have that ability. They help us find the medium in the middle where we can connect. So I think it's definitely a thing that happens that way.
Yeah, I think you know, one of the terms that's used within the community at large is the hitchhiker effect. Seeing an orb or a UFO, connecting psychically, having vivid dreams of entities and so forth, and you know, into more physical. The hitchhiker effect seems to be something following back after the event, and almost a
mischievous.
Yeah, like a poltergeist activity or things moving around the house, which you know, I think this field is multidisciplinary. For one, it's not just ghosts, it's not just UFO alien stuff. It's not just psychic phenomena.
It's like a tree of everything.
It's a blend, a spectrum. It's a spectrum. So I didn't know, like, from your work, you know, going in and assisting people who have like recurrent a recurrent negative effect, and kind of, I don't know if we want to use the word like cleansing or clearing or settling an area. I wonder if some of this is linked to the UFO flying saucer UAP phenomena in some way, and whether you have any insights on that at all. Could some of these traditional hauntings of yesteryear or previous history, these big cases, be in some way something to do not with a terrestrial level, but maybe an outside level?
And I'll bring up a story, George. The Sphere Network. What's his name? What is his name?
Patrick Jackson.
Patrick Jackson. The Sphere Network. He's been in different places in the UK and all over the place looking at, he's trying to, he's connecting something, he's in the middle floor. All right. You hear a big crash down on the first floor. You want to run down to the first floor. He does not. He stays right in that floor. He goes like this and he looks up in the attic and there's an orb coming out of the attic. And he's like, and then it goes back into the attic and it's like, but after it did that, he had burns on his face and he was like, wow. So the orb made the sound downstairs to get us to run downstairs because it had residual effects that would hurt us. Yes. And it didn't want to.
And if you think about it this way too, energy is in all different kinds of forms. Like you have water, you have electrical, okay? But you've heard of ball lightning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a form of energy. It's a sphere. And if you take a drop of water and it forms, if it could free form like in floating air, it would be a ball.
I think they levitated it with sound and it forms a perfect sphere, right?
Right. Yeah. And so when we see orbs, they are energy. Like when we go on ghost hunts and we take pictures and videos, we get orbs like crazy. And there's a key to orbs. If you can see a nucleus on it like a fish egg, that is probably dust. But if you can see through them, that is an orb. Okay.
I think it's the other way around.
Oh, did I say it backwards? Because
you can see faces in the orb.
Right. If the orb has a nucleus, it's a center of energy. It's real. Yeah. It's actually an energy orb, okay? Yeah. And sometimes if your pictures or camera's good enough, you can see the faces in the orbs.
Jay's got a video he shot himself above his property where he resides, and upon zooming in, you can see shapes and faces in it. I don't know if you're able to pull that up to show Skip and Sha'ron.
We got it.
Fascinating thing. But I mean, I want to kind of focus more on you guys a little. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if I pause at like certain spots, you could see there's some symmetry in, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the orb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like there's something in there that's making that out of it.
See it flowing over the surface.
If you've heard of sacred geometry, right?
Yes.
If you look into that, you can see patterns of sacred geometry as they're changing and moving around.
A bit like cymatics as well, when they put sand on the music on the plates and they put frequencies through it and then create
that could be something
energy.
That could be something associated with the land.
Yeah.
It could be something associated with Jay himself. Because of what he does, he's drawing, that light goes out and he's drawing in whatever that is. That's amazing.
It was really, and you see like it has there's the blue around it now. There it is.
Yeah.
The blue hue around it too. Like I don't know. I was at night. I was meditating. I was just saying, I want, please help me. I want somebody to come here and please show my girlfriend that you're real. And
there it was.
Out of the blue, my girlfriend goes, she's looking out the window and she goes, "What's that?" And she's pointing, and I'm like, that's it. And I take off running out. Open the door. I run out the door. I've got this HD I've got this brand new 6K Ultra HD camera.
Oh yeah.
I run out and that's what I used. And I zoom in on it and I'm like, oh my God, there it is. And I'm like, do you see it? She's like, I see it. And I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, that's
what I wanted. I wanted you to see something.
But see, Jay, that's perfect proof of what I was just trying to explain. Your consciousness raised, and they came and made the connection, the psychic intuitive connection. And I have to ask you a question.
The only question I have is, who answered them?
Yeah, who answered? And
that's a good question. But you could see there might even be a little being in there. If there's a head on top, a body on the bottom, and then you see kind of like little legs on the bottom.
I did see it.
Is your camera, is that called one of the S11s or S117s or something like that?
I'll have to run upstairs and grab it for you after the show. It's an Ultra HD 6K camera.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah, that's the one I want to get, because I want to take more pictures, closer, better videos of our UFOs when we're out on our UFO watching.
Yeah, this one's good. It's like the inexpensive version of the expensive one, I guess. The middle version.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome picture.
Thank you.
See, you have to be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, I mean, I just asked for something to show themselves peacefully, to show my girlfriend that you are real, that you are there, that I'm not imagining this. And then it comes, and my girlfriend's like, what is that? And I'm like, and then somebody tells me, oh, somebody looked at that and was like, oh, yeah, that's a star. I was like, oh, really? I said, stars fly 500 feet above my house.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it was 500 feet above my house. And I was like, it was directly above my house.
Yeah.
It's a wonder someone didn't say it's dust.
It was funny. It was funny. It was, what was the one I heard? Weather balloon. I heard,
oh, God.
I got zoomed in on the light of an aircraft, and I'm like, that is not a light of an aircraft.
No.
So I've heard it all, but it's like you never know unless you're there. And I'm just thankful my girlfriend saw it. She can never tell me she's never seen anything before, and I can move on now.
True. And talking about orbs, we have pictures and videos, but like people will bring us pictures and they'll say, look what I captured out in my garden. And they say it's a fairy. And look at all the orbs. And if I have a program that I use that I can change all the color hues and the type of thing. And I can tell what's what, ghosts, fairies, orbs, whatever. But if you can't see through the orb, it's dust. Okay, that's number one. That's the first test.
If you can see through it, it's dust. If there's a nucleus, that's real.
You're right. I said it wrong. Sorry.
Head injury.
Yeah, but so you can do a little quick test on it yourself with that picture, and so that's the easier way to find those things out. Sometimes there's just dust or pollen in the air.
Okay.
And they show up as orbs. But the bugs, I love doing the ones that I got fairies in my garden. Bring me a picture. I run it through. I zoom in on it, and they don't think to do this stuff. It's obvious. It's a moth, or whatever, and it looks like a little fairy. It's cute, but
it does, because it's a blurry picture. It's got wings.
Yeah.
But you could see like this, like it's coming through like this very quickly, right? But but if you zoom in, you can just faintly see that it has two wings on the side of it.
And the long legs coming down with the joints, the knees bend backwards.
Yeah.
So, exactly.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
So what experiences were the most that have shocked you, or the moments that you couldn't explain, that you were just like, I have no words?
Yeah,
Like,
the outliers.
the outliers, you know, the ones that are just like,
in your time investigating and studying this phenomena and learning and teaching, I think is really a key skill here to bring different generations in. Do you get asked to, you know, kind of go and help assist people, for example, with issues that they may have? And you know, aside from you know, a personal near-death experience with, and also kind of like, you know, being empathic growing up, are there cases, if you could say this case was strange or these cases are strange, is there anything that springs to mind there about things that you've encountered that even with your knowledge, you're like, I'm not sure what happened here or why?
Okay, yes, but let me preface with this. When we do work as a psychic, okay, I've learned through her that you don't own it. You didn't make it up. You didn't create the message. It came to you and you pass it through. That's the mark of a good psychic. There's no reinterpretation or this and that. You give it exactly how you got it.
And not remembering what you said for the next reading.
You don't remember most of it.
Don't remember it.
Or hardly any of it. Yeah. But if you're working as a psychic or as a medium, when you connect to the dead, you always protect yourself first in the white light, and then you make the connection. Okay. Those two, that's our normal process, how we approach it. Now, when we go out on UFO watching, we've had men in black visit us on site. We've had men in black visit us in our store. We've had
who we think are. Wow. They never gave their badge.
No, they don't do a badge.
But I think they were.
But yeah, it was crazy. But I think 3 times
was there a reason why they showed up? Was it just like, you know, they just popped in to look what you were doing, or was it like, you need to stop this investigation and look over here?
Well, there's both.
Right around the time, right around the time we were doing that remote viewing with I won't use his name, but okay, when we were doing that, we were doing our Wednesday evening psychic showcase with a panel of psychics, and all of a sudden these 2 guys walk in, and they're sitting in the back of the room, and they're taking, one of them's taking notes, and the other one's, they're both watching, but one of them's taking notes in this little folder that he had, this little binder. So anyhow,
and they came in from the side door instead of coming in the regular way.
Yeah,
so I didn't understand.
That's unusual. That's unusual. Just like knowing the.
Yeah. So they came in, and I remember they both had on black turtlenecks.
Yeah.
One had on lighter pants, but the other one was in black, like black jeans or whatever, but it was in black. Yeah, go ahead.
So anyhow, they sat down, they went through the whole thing. At the end of it, I think you talked to them. They were nice and polite.
No, I didn't talk to them.
You didn't?
No. They sat in the back of the room. We did our program the way we always do. The taller one, that was really, I always measure who I vote for and everything by how cute they are. Okay. So the taller one, he was cute. Blonde hair, looked kind of like Tab Hunter back in the day, you know, for the ones that are old enough to remember Tab Hunter anyway. So he kind of laughed a couple of times when we made reference to something, but he didn't say nothing. And then the shorter guy was the one doing the writing. And before I knew it, I looked up and they were gone.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know how they left or where or anything. They must have went out the way they came in, but I don't know. So that was one experience.
Well, then the second time they showed up, the same 2 guys, they were in normal street clothes. Okay. And they showed up during the day at our store. And
I don't think it was the same 2 guys.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, the blonde guy. I would have remembered the blonde guy.
Oh, you're right.
No,
you're right. I see what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So
it was just two. They were like in their 40s or so.
Yeah. And then another time on a Saturday, we're in our store, just her and I, and it was really funny because it was a busy morning, and all of a sudden there's nothing. There's no customers in the store, nothing. And these 2 guys come in. They had a briefcase with something in it, and they said, "We'd like to test you." And we're like, now that's weird. That's weird. Okay, somebody want to test us? Fine. Two people that are in there, what?
We had been advertising that we had that UFO stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, maybe there was a connection. I don't know.
Yeah, we'd been advertising. We had the Maury Island materials.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So anyhow, they were in there. I'm going to say 50s, and
really, yeah, maybe.
They said we want to test you, and we said, okay. I mean, what? I don't know what's going on. Did they go and offer us $1 million book deal or something? So we said sure. So they took me into one of our little offices, and there was a table in there, and they sat on one side and I sat on the other, and one guy did the talking, the other guy did all the note taking and the layout, everything. So they opened up the briefcase and they laid out 5 envelopes, big manila envelopes with the number 1 and a felt pen, number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. And laid them out and said, tell us what you get on these. And I looked at them and I'm thinking to myself, are you for real? So I looked at him. I said, number 5 is a joke.
They were testing you.
It's a joke. So then I told him what number 4, number 3, 2, and 1 was. And they opened up the envelopes afterwards. And the first one out, they opened up envelope number 5, and it was a picture of a clown. That was the joke. Okay. And so there was another one that had pictures of nuclear bodies laying on the floor from nuclear or died from radiation. And anyhow, I named them all correctly.
They also had an alien on a table.
It had an alien laying on a table, like an autopsy type thing.
Little
yes.
guy.
And it wasn't the autopsy pictures or videos that I've ever seen that are floating on the internet. This was totally different. I've never seen that one since. But I got done, and the guy's, he's taking notes like crazy, writing. So I get done. One guy, he says, let's switch. So one guy escorts me out, so I can't tell her anything. He takes her in. I wasn't allowed to say a word. He takes her in. They shut the door, and they laid him out again. They did the same thing. What did you say number 5 was?
I think it was funny. I don't think I used the word joke. I said I think it's funny.
Yeah, she said funny, and it was the clown.
Funny. Yeah, it was a clown.
And then she named all the other things that were in the other. So that was like proof to them, I guess. But to us, especially to me, it was like, okay, this stuff really is real. And I can't prove it because I can't take their information, but I know it's real.
But at the time that happened, and I think back to the other things we've ever gone through, you don't question anything. Like the guys came out and said, okay, thank you. And they walked out. We never heard another thing about it, but we didn't question, well, what are you going to do with it? Nothing. It's like you're in a void or something. It's weird.
It's almost like they came in to test you, to put you on a list. Like, hey, we've got these 2 that now have psychic abilities. Let's put them on the list. We tested them. They're good. I don't know.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if they know we're doing this. I really wouldn't. But that was one. Then you had the UFO guy.
Yeah, the UFO.
I mean, not the UFO guy, quote unquote, but I mean, we were doing the UFO hunt.
Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff here, like synchronicities happen. Like we've had a. I won't use the names of any of these people because I don't know if they're true or not. But we've had certain individuals come to us on LinkedIn with CIA credentials. And tell me that they're retired and all this, and but they wouldn't show me their face, their name, none of that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to talk to you on LinkedIn then. And I blocked them.
Yeah.
Then my next, the next person who comes up, I got to get this right now. So let me get in here and get it here. But it's from
about synchronicities. Sha'ron, your earrings, are they Pegasus?
Yeah, they are.
In side chat, Planet Popstar and D Nits, I think I mentioned Pegasus 2 days ago, and it popped into my head as a character. There was a conversation about it. I've never met you today, and so there they are, right? So there's synchronicities.
You want to know what's funny? I was sitting there going, "What earrings am I going to wear? I haven't worn these forever." And I, for some reason, thought I had to go find them, and I did. I found them and I put them on.
There we go. It's the then we get it. Then I say that I'm sorry. I don't want to talk to you because you're not going to show me your face, all that. And I don't trust you like that if you're not going to do that. So I, block them or whatever. And they're still trying to invite me. Then I get a message from the next person, and I actually added them to see if they wanted to put anything into it. Chief of Intelligence Collection for Arrow.
Oh. Wow.
I'm like, okay. Well, and either somebody is starting to notice like what we're doing on this little platform, or they're just keeping an eye on me.
Yeah.
Probably all of that. But another time we were out doing our group UFO/Bigfoot watching, and we started out just doing UFO watching for probably 20 years. We just did UFO watching, and then we decided to take a group up there. It was just the two of us and another couple that they turned us on to the site. So we go up to this place with the group. We're sitting next to a river out in the woods in the nature. It's totally dark because we go way out of town. We're like 50 miles away from the nearest town, and it's pitch dark. And we're sitting there, and we've got probably 20 people with us.
That night we had a group. Yeah, it was about 20 people.
So we're all sitting. We tell people bring lawn chairs, unless you want to stand all night or sit on the ground. Yeah. So we sit on our lawn chairs and we watch the skies. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, there's a car. Nobody heard the car drive up. You get off the road of the paved highway, it's gravel. You have to hear the car.
Yeah.
There's no car, there's no motor. All of a sudden, car.
I was going to say there had to be a car and a motor. They drove.
No car sounds. And a motor.
Yeah, no car sound.
No gravel sound on the gravel.
No gravel sound.
No, you did not hear them come up. No.
All of a sudden, this guy gets out, and he was in black, right?
He was all dressed in black, and he was black.
and he was black man. And there's another person in the car who opens the door but couldn't get out. And
for some reason, did you see white legs?
Yes.
Yes, I did too.
Yes.
I mean, just from the knee to the ankle, not the foot or the.
Right.
Yeah.
So this guy gets out, and you can tell this part. What did he?
Well, he wasn't very tall. He was about the size of Sammy Davis Jr., really. And he had on a black turtleneck, a black jacket, black pants. Everything was black. And he came over and he said, "Who's in charge here?" And one of the people pointed to Skip and said, "He is." So he went over to talk to Skip. And I noticed he came up, and I thought, well, I'll go over and, just say hi, welcome, whatever. And you could tell right off the bat, he was nice to me. He said hello, but you could tell he wasn't there to talk to me. He wanted to talk to Skip. So Skip and him got into this conversation, and I remember him saying, I had a bottle of wine. We were going to come up here to have a drink, but you guys are here, and I was wondering what you were doing. Yeah, that's the way he started.
And, yeah.
So then Skip got into it from there.
He wanted to know who we were, what we were doing, where we were from, how long have we been doing this? How long have you been coming here to do this type of a thing? And it's like, I felt like he was trying to let me know that I was intruding on a space where I'm not supposed to be.
Right.
Okay. So anyhow, he tells me that, I have a cabin. Now we're out in the woods, right? We're up in the national forest, actually. And he says, right up the road, there's a little group of cabins there. And I have a cabin up there. It sleeps
seven
bedrooms, and you guys are welcome to come up and use it anytime you want to do this. You could stay there. And we said, okay, great. And we shook hands.
Well, we asked what the number was, house number.
Yeah.
He says there is no house number on it because I don't have a mailbox. We go to get mail. Yeah. And one of the guys that was in the group grew up there in that area. He says he knew that place backwards and forwards, right? Because as a kid, he went everywhere back then. And later, I don't know, maybe a week or two later, he went up and tried to find the cabins. There was no cabins. There was nothing.
Nothing like what he was saying.
Any kind of like official vibes off the individual, like they were like a public servant, that might more kind of like bureaucratic or even military kind of feel to the individual.
There was an officialness about him, and efficient in his questions.
Yeah, because he just standing there, it made you feel like you were talking to a cop.
Right.
It did. You know,
intelligence specialists. They're human intelligence specialists. There you go.
Yes.
And then he wanted Skip's phone number.
Yeah.
He gave it, and so Skip
now
gave
we're friends. I get all the data from
and
you,
then
right?
Skip said, "Can I have your phone number?" And he gave him his name and his phone number. We came home and we tried to call him. It didn't exist.
It's not a working number.
Yeah.
But he got my number so he could track me, I think is what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But anyhow, we shook hands. He left.
Well, and then the girl said, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, she kept saying, "Come on, we got to get out of here. We got to go.
Yeah,
we got to go back.
Yeah,
we got to go."
She was urgent about something.
Yeah.
But she never got out of the car. We only saw the white legs. I did anyway, the knee to the ankle.
Yes.
And then when they went to drive off, we were talking. I don't remember them driving off.
No.
Well, they must have.
We never saw anything or heard anything after they turned around and they were gone.
Yeah.
And so everybody's going, "That was weird.
Yeah.
That was really weird." Everybody was saying it. Everybody felt the same thing.
Yeah.
That was weird. And
that was before you made the connection with the UFOs with your little green laser.
Yeah. That
was before, so it had nothing to do with you up there.
No. I take a green laser with me and I'll flash lights that we see that look like they're pretty sure they're not airplanes. It might be Space Force, I don't know, but I got answered twice.
We always
in one night.
We make a point to make sure we don't do it at the planes.
Oh yeah, we don't do it at the airplanes.
No, helicopters.
Yeah, there's ways to track that. You got flight radar and all this. You look and you're like, there's nothing there, so we're good.
Exactly. Yeah. We could tell that it wasn't a satellite and it wasn't an airplane.
Yeah, we know the satellite paths and the space station path, and it's not that.
Yeah.
But I flashed one of them, and it's like, remember the old time 1950s flash bulbs? They go, and the whole world would light up, and then it'd be dark.
Yeah.
Okay, this thing is way out there in space. I mean, you could tell, but it's bright and it's bigger than any other of us. It's bigger than a star in the sky.
It was bright like the North Star.
Right, brighter than that.
Yeah, it was brighter than that,
so
but it was like a North Star.
I flash a pattern at it. I do 3 beeps, 2 beeps, 3 beeps, 2 beeps, 3 beeps. It's SOS, is what But anyhow. And I've done this before, but that night I flashed at this one and it went like this, the old flash bulb, and nothing. The whole sky lit up, and we had like probably 15 people that saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking around. There's one over here, there's one over there, and there's one over here. We're triangulated.
Yeah.
So I flash at this one over here about maybe 10 minutes later. I'm flashing at that one. It goes, right? The light.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it.
We're like, everybody's like, "Wow, do the third one." So I'm flashing at the third one. I'm flashing and flashing, nothing. But we actually got answered twice in one night.
But we were triangulated to where I thought, I'm not too cool here. What if they're going to beam us up?
Yeah. But
I was so thrilled with that one.
Those 3 lights never moved. As we're sitting there in the dark, the Earth's rotation, the stars are moving. All of them. But these 3 lights stayed the same.
Yeah.
I can remember one incident where there was a guy, I'm not sure the exact incident. Somebody in the back probably filled me in, but these people were on the beach. They were having a camp out. They got on a boat. They went out on this boat and they saw a light out in the distance. It was a real famous UFO case where all these people off the beach got abducted at the same time, and they got interviewed separately. And guess what they did? They went out on their little boat and they went SOS at the they thought it was a helicopter out there. They did an SOS at it, like with a flashlight, a high-powered spotlight.
Yeah.
The thing went from over there and then directly overhead of them, like within seconds at that point. And they were like, "Oh,
ooh,
you ain't doing that no more."
Yes, I am. That's like our Bigfoot. That's like our Bigfoot stuff, right? when
I don't want to go anywhere.
One night we're
She
sitting
doesn't want to go on a trip with you. She said her passport is not filled out for space.
You got
I
that
am
right.
ready to go.
You got that right.
But another night we're sitting out there, and there's just three of us. There's her, me, and one of her girlfriends, and we're just sitting in the dark. And all of a sudden, where we sit, there's a tree line on one side of us, and big pine trees. All of a sudden, this orange ball of light comes down. Cool. No sounds, nothing. It comes down, and it's like it crashed behind the tree line.
Yeah.
But it came down, it lit up the sky as it came down, and then it crashed, and then everything lit up in orange.
Wow.
All right.
But it didn't make a sound when it crashed.
Not a sound.
We didn't hear nothing.
And they say that we found this out afterwards from a friend of ours who's a respected, UFO or Bigfoot researcher. So our dog's barking. We're probably getting an Amazon delivery, but we're sitting there, and this ball of light, and we're all speechless. We're looking at each other, going, "What the hell was that?" We did not know. So 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, we're calmed down, and we're just sitting there. Wow, I wish I would do that again, And I hear, I'm sitting right at the end of my car, my SUV. We're in the dark. I can't see my car even. And it's like a foot and a half from me. But we hear like somebody leans on the hood of a car. It pops a little bit. Yeah. We hear that. And so the lady next to me is named Sha'ron, and my wife is Sha'ron. But I looked at Sha'ron and I said, "Did you hear that?" And she says, "Yeah, we're both looking at it. Sha'ron didn't hear it." So we went, that was weird. So I shined my lights. I turned on I took the key fob in my pocket, turned on the lights, the headlight, and dummy me, I'm sitting literally a foot away from the tail light, and it blinded me. And I'm thinking I'm going to turn on the lights and see what's up there. Well, none of us could see anything. So sat back down, calmed down. All of a sudden, she's on the end from us. All of a sudden, she says,
"They put me out for bait."
Yeah.
That's what they stuck me on the end for bait. I know these people.
But all of a sudden, guys, she says, "Do you guys smell that?" And I'm like, "No." Sha'ron says, "No, I don't smell it." And she says, "You don't smell that? It's putrid. It's terrible." And no, we don't smell it. And then a few seconds later, I went, "Oh my God, yeah, I smell that. That's terrible."
Oh,
and
it's bad.
How did you describe the smell?
It's like a wet, shaggy dog with bad BO.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
And then our friend Sha'ron, she's sitting between us. She goes, "Oh God, that's sickening." And so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we're in the dark, right? And we knew that there was something going on. Something was there. So this was our shocking proof of Bigfoot, right? So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, I don't know why I said it even, but I said, I think it's time we go home. And it's like near midnight now, right?
Yeah.
It
was close.
These two jump up, and bam, they're in the car. The doors are shut. And I'm sitting there with the hatch up on my SUV, and I got to fold up all the lawn chairs, put them in, the blankets and everything, because it gets chilly up there at night. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm going to die out here. Something's out here. Well, we get in the car. We leave. We're driving down the mountain highway. And I said, I didn't even want to come tonight. And everybody's going, yeah, we wanted to say something, but we didn't think we should. And so, but it was like orange color is associated with Bigfoot. And that's where we are pretty sure from our experiences and from Samantha, our researcher, Bigfoot researcher.
It's an orange portal.
Orange is an orange portal that when they come in, they're interdimensional.
And when we were out that night, because Samantha had passed on from COVID, we had said, "Okay, Sam, show us that Sasquatch is real." And my gosh, she did.
Yeah.
But I didn't like being put out there for bait.
Yeah.
No, I was just about to ask you, so they just volunteered you, without telling you that, oh yeah, just stand right here. We're gonna be back here, and you just let us know what you smell.
Yeah, well, they gave me a chair to sit on, so I wasn't standing, but at the same time.
But still, but I'd rather be standing. At least then you wouldn't have to stand up out of the chair and run. You could just run. They gave you a chair.
If
they
anything
gave you a chair so you were bait.
Yeah. Well, I'd had back surgery too, so I couldn't run. So,
oh boy.
So if anything came in and I had to run, I was just going to yell to him, go ahead and go, and I'm going to meet Jesus, because I was going to die.
But, truthfully, what happened was I set up the 3 lawn chairs, and she has one specific chair she sits in. I put that up first. And Sharon smokes cigarettes, and I'll light up a cigar when we go out there. And she's kind of allergic to smoke. It bothers her. So I kind of set her a little distance away from us.
That's a good excuse.
So, but thing about you talk about things that shocked us. We've worked with police. We've solved murders, missing kids. You name it. We've done those kind of things with detective agencies and police.
Well, actually, we haven't done anything. Spirit worked through us and did that.
Right, right. And
I'd like to give credit to who really did it. Us.
I wish we had more time to kind of talk about those things in a bit, obviously, but if they're personal.
We'll wind it down here, but
well, I was saying coming back on the show for another kind of
absolutely.
Anytime
you want.
Yeah. And we're glad to answer questions too. You can have a question and answer session. We don't care.
I was just getting there, Scooby Dooby Gooby. I got your question. Don't worry, I got you. I always got my, our subscribers. Do they have any thoughts on what happened to the General McCaslin, the one who disappeared? Have you done any readings or anything on missing people that have been linked to these 9 people that disappeared? There's supposed to be, there's 9 scientists now, and all linked in with this program. Any thoughts?
We haven't done any readings on it, but we just connect with things psychically.
We should have done it.
Yeah, we could, but psychically, I pick up that they're still alive and they are in what I call a collective. They're putting these minds like a think tank together, because we're moving closer to disclosure, and they're figuring out the best ways to deal with it, the intricacies of the contact itself, and I think they're forming a general think tank, and I think they're all still alive.
Okay.
And that's a psychic hit. That's
well, there have been some of them that have been found dead, scientists.
Well, that's
the ones they're talking about.
Yeah, that's my thoughts though too. Is like that. Well, the ones that are deceased, I believe, are the ones that they came to them and they didn't want to play ball. Okay, you're now deceased. If you want to play ball, now you are in a government secure program, 30 levels down, 100 levels down. Like, you just disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm sure in 3 years they'll declare him dead, and he could still be there, working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know it wasn't random. There is a reason.
Yeah.
That's all I'm feeling.
There's always a reason for everything.
There's a reason, and they had to leave everything behind. If they didn't, there would be connections somehow.
Right.
That it just feels like they couldn't. It's like when you go into what is it when they put you with some other name somewhere? You can't ever see your family again.
In what do you call it? Incognito? What do you call it? Witness protection.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of, that's what it feels like to me. Yeah.
Okay. He wanted to now. Can you do readings to where you're seeing into someone else's past? I'm not sure how that works, because the Scooby Dooby Gooby wanted to know if you would be able to tune in to a sighting that he had when he was 16. Wonder if they could see my sighting of the saucer I had when I was 16. Like, is that possible? Is it possible, though, to tune into past events first?
I think
yes and no.
Okay.
Let me say this. There's people who talk about, I'm going to check on the Akashic records for you. That's a whole nother talk. But
yeah.
Those are records that people cannot prove exist. You can't see them. There's nothing written, that type of a thing. And I don't believe people can do that, because you're looking at my particular soul's path, my past. But in the physical, oftentimes we pick up on things from the past from people. All right. Now, what would happen is that would work, the best way to do it so we can zero in and go down the nitty gritty on things is if people would give us some of their description of what happened where and that kind of thing, we can start to, if it was real, if that happened, how or with who. Yeah, but we can do that.
Sometimes just talking to that person, you end up being part of it. You actually are there and seeing what that person saw, like you did with the railroad track that time. Yeah. Yeah. So
just like
it's possible, but you can't go into other people's lives without their permission. That's not ethical.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always you always ask permission. I should ask that question first, but I know you guys are, on the ethical side.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And like when we solved a murder up in Alaska, police department sent the guy's baseball glove and his jersey and his cap to us, and we wrote down what all we got, and turns out they caught the guy.
Wow. You actually explained. I mean, in this reference, it's more you than me. I'm more the antenna.
Yeah.
Because I bring more energy to him. And since he had that near-death experience, he's much more in tune than I, who was just born with it. I'll be the first to admit that. And he put the hat on, wore the glove, and put the shirt against him. And he actually described the scene of how the guy was killed and where they took him and everything else. And this was in Alaska. So, I mean, he had no way of knowing, right? And that's how they figured it out and got the guy. And it was sad.
I've got a personal question off that. A personal question. Skip, when you experience something like that, and you're in tune with those kind of events that are not you, but you're feeling it and you're there. When you come out of the event, how do you I guess ground yourself, come back into the room, like put those that torrent of emotion to one side?
Well, see, that's a good question, because like I was saying way back when we started this conversation, when we connect, we don't own it. It's just like watching a TV or hearing a radio show. It comes through and we let it go. We give it out, and that's it.
But that is part of practice too. Some people can't let it go, and that's when they get in trouble. They get sick and crazy.
Yes. So. But when I connect with people on the other side, I feel their emotions. If they start crying, I will start crying in the middle of a reading. And I tell the people, I'm picking up his emotions, and it's this guy is and I start crying.
Yeah.
If they, like, there's people that had their head crashed in, and I get a huge, tremendous headache, and I'll say, what happened up here with their head? And the people will say, well, that's where he was hit with the baseball bat.
We have one where he killed himself, and you got the headache from where the bullet went in the head. Remember?
Yeah.
We just did that.
So I get that, but then when I'm done with the reading,
it's gone.
What I do is, in my mind's eye, I just kind of like, okay, take this back. It's all yours.
Yeah.
That was your experience.
Like filtering it out.
Right. Okay. I don't hold it with me, and you got to cut it off. I thank him for the connection, and okay, we're done. But it's like turning off the TV.
You also have to understand what you have and where it's coming from, and say that's not mine.
Right.
So take it away.
We don't own it. You're not the person making the prediction. You're not the person picking up that you cheated on your wife, or that you stole from your boss. We're not the person making that up. We get it, and we put it out the same way as we get it. That's where a lot of psychics go wrong, and mediums, is they will say they'll get something and they say it. Here's an example. My very first reading I ever did for somebody, I was taught, just say it. If you get blue Volkswagen, say blue Volkswagen. I'm going like, okay. So I sit down with this guy, and we're across the table from each other, and I kept seeing a pink elephant. Well, the old saying back in the 40s and 50s, the guy saw pink elephants because he was hitting the jug pretty hard, right? And I'm thinking, I can't say this guy because he's going to think I'm calling him a drunk, an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I kept getting these pink elephants while we're talking. Finally, I looked at him and I said, okay, fine. I'm supposed to go with it. What you get, say it. So I looked at him and I said, I have to ask you. It's driving me nuts. I keep seeing hundreds and hundreds of pink elephants. What is that about? This guy, he looked at me just like this. He went, he looked it up. And he's trying to figure out, where did this come from, right? He's laughing. When he calmed down, he looks at me and he says, you are not going to believe this. He said, we have a thing called Pink Elephant Car Wash.
Yeah.
Every time you wash your car in it, people that go to these different, they have them all over the place. They give you a little pink elephant stub, and you get X amount of stubs, and you can get a free car wash.
It's in the shape of a pink elephant.
It's in the shape of a pink elephant, about that tall and about that long. So anyhow, he says, just today, he said, I was looking at my car on the passenger seat. He said, I have hundreds of those things. And I was thinking, I got to clean these out. They're overflowing out of the glove box. They're on the floor in front of the passenger.
You picked up on all, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, you get it, and you give it out. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. So,
but you don't want to you don't want to.
Oddly, with my lady in Peru, yesterday I was talking to her about the first time we used Google Maps to have a look at where she was living. Blue Volkswagens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. And you know what? When you asked that question, I actually saw a blue Volkswagen. That's when I thought, okay, I got to explain the elephants. So
the elephant, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I used blue Volkswagen, because it came to me.
So when people are starting out, first, what is some daily practices that people could do to help them better unlock their own abilities? And another question would be, what is one simple exercise people can do also to help exercise the mind to keep it, away from fear and unblocked?
One of the easiest and quickest things, and the thing that actually shows you some progress, is if you take a deck of cards, and you can the whole deck of cards, shuffle them up, mix them up. You can start laying them down. You can say odd. Is it an odd number? And you put them in the correct pile. But if it's not, you put it in the wrong pile. So when you're done with the deck, you see that, oh, I have more in the correct pile. I'm getting somewhere. Or you can use red or black. You can use face card, or you can say ace and pick out aces. But once you do that, you start to learn that you can connect with a higher self. Okay. And that's one of the easiest and quickest. What do you say?
Well, first off, you have to open up. You have to trust the universe and open up. But before you open up, or when you open up, you must put yourself in the white light so only the good stuff comes in. Because once you open up, you're opening up to both sides, and you definitely do not want anything that's not in the light. So that's the first thing you have to do. Then you got to trust what you're getting. And start tuning in and paying attention. How many times am I seeing a crow fly by me? What's that bumblebee mean? Start being questionative to where what are the animals that I'm seeing mean? Why am I always seeing pink? Or if I look at the clock, why is it always 111 when I look at the clock, or 12:20? Start tuning in to everything around you and questioning, especially if you see it more than once. Then from there you might even start getting messages in your dream state. So you got to start writing your dreams down and then look up and see what each of those things mean. And little by little, it starts to make sense. It's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together in the beginning, because you're trying to figure out what are your strong traits and what are your not,
Yeah.
So
go
ahead.
One of the things that I did at work, okay, I was an IT manager for the state of Washington. Okay, and I had the guys that worked for me and with me. We had a table in the middle of our area that we would all kind of gather around it from time to time throughout the day. There was a deck of cards on there, and one of the guys, Eric, he would challenge me. Where's the aces? So I I'd put my hand on the deck and I'd put my fingers, just kind of pick them up through it, and there's an ace. And I turn it over, and that was an ace. He could look at me, I don't know how you do that. So we pulled that ace out, and he did it. So what's the next one? So I'd do the same thing, and I'd get the ace. And they couldn't believe that I could do this time after time after time. And he said,
it wasn't you.
It was, and he said, the cards are marked. I said, no, they're not. He said, so how do you do it? I said, it just comes to me. I said, God's given me this, or whatever you want to call it, and it just happens. But see, that's why I say you can tune in. Easy thing, quick things, cards. There's all kinds of techniques.
Yeah, all kinds of cards will help you there too.
Is it under 5 or higher than 5?
You must remember, you got to be careful what you ask for.
Yes.
So think about it before you ask for it, because you might get it in a way you don't want it. Like Skip had a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, and what keeps you grounded and centered when you're working? Like when you're going into an area, what will keep you grounded and centered when you're going in doing something into an area?
Okay. Remember I said that she amplifies me? She connects, she's my amplifier.
I complete you.
She completes me. Yeah. We were in Spokane. It's in eastern Washington city. Okay. And I'm up on stage and I'm talking. There's 600 people in the audience. We get done, and I'm supposed to go out the side door. The double door is over here on the side, not the main door that we came in. So I get done and I go down the 2 or 3 steps. I think it's 3 steps down to the floor.
Because I hadn't come out of the closet yet.
Yeah, she was over at the double doors waiting for me. And we were supposed to go to lunch with other peoples and things. Anyhow, so I get down from there, and I'm on a high, man. There's so many people, the energy that were, and I'm telling them psychic things and this and that. So I get down, and these people mobbed me. There was 20 people deep all around me. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm a rock star. This is my first time with a big group, right? I'm a rock star. I've arrived. These are my people. And I look over, I'm trying to get to her, and I could see the look on her face was like, you're in the wrong spot, Jack. And I look, and she starts walking towards me. And she gets to this group, and it's like Moses. They just parted ways. She never said anything. She never touched anyone. The energy was, I'm coming through. And they all spread open. She grabs me by the arm, and she says, come on, we have to go. And I said, no. These guys have questions. No, we have to go. Come. So I started walking, and there was a group of them that followed us into the hallway through these doors. And finally they stopped. And so we kept on walking. Oh, did I get a lecture? It's not you. You're not the person. You're not a star. You're not anything. Since that day, I've always remembered that every time we do a reading, every time we talk to a group, I run that scenario through my head. It's like, okay, it's not me. That's how I stay grounded, because it's so easy for the ego to say, look what I can do. And it's not you. That's where a lot of psychics go wrong, and they will actually lose their gift, their ability. She being born with it, it's natural to her. It just is, and
yeah, but I always white light myself before we do anything.
Yes.
We're always in the white light, because white light lasts 24 hours.
Right.
So you have to replenish it every 24 hours. That goes for any of the chakra colors. They all last 24 hours. But the white light is the Christ light, it's the crown chakra. So that's going to protect you. So I keep myself grounded mainly by knowing I'm in the white light, and that it's not me giving the message. It's spirit.
Yeah. Is there any other questions you had, George? You had one more question?
No, but I was going to say, what's happening with Psychic Spectrum at the moment? Where can the viewers find you? Are you online as far as maybe a website or social media for Psychic Spectrum? And if so, can we have the link and put it into the show afterwards? And what's happening? Like a bit of futurology. What's going on?
What's new?
Yeah.
Are you guys doing anything new? New investigations? New insights?
Well, we haven't started the UFO Sasquatch Watch yet. That's on May 16th.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Oh, nice.
Of the season, because it's too darn cold to go up there.
Yeah.
But we do have what we call our Psychic Spectrum radio podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. our time, Pacific Standard Time in the U.S. And that's where a forum you can just join and ask a question for free. You come in for free and we'll answer a question. And then we do what we call a showcase on Wednesdays. That's a $5 charge to come in, but you get a, kind of a psychometry reading, and we have a topic and we do different stuff.
That's our teaching night.
So that's kind of our weekly things that we do. And then, summer's coming up. So some of the ghost hunts will probably start happening in the UFO Sasquatch things. And that's, the winter times are kind of just everyday weekly stuff, But
is that podcast on YouTube, or is it on Spotify, or?
You have to answer that. You're the
Tuesday night
on that one.
Tuesday night, the radio show. It's on YouTube, and it's also on her Facebook page, my Facebook page, and the Psychic Spectrum's Facebook page.
Okay,
so
great.
All you got to do is search Psychic Spectrum Radio Show, and you'll find it on YouTube. And
that's
all
what
of
it was Psychic Spectrum Radio Show, because I did find you on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah.
All of our shows are archived, and you can use Spotify, whatever you use for your apps, your podcasts, and you can go in and just search those out in Psychic Spectrum Radio Show, and you can find all kinds of from the past. We got them going online going back 29 years. Our radio shows
archive.
Wow, that is awesome.
I've been sitting here, George, and I've got to tell you before we leave, I keep feeling this heaviness in my chest, in my bronchial tube area. So I don't know whether you're going to be getting something, or you're a smoker, or what. I don't know, but you be careful. The respiratory is not good for you.
Yeah. Okay.
If you look, Skip and Sha'ron, if you look in the private chat there on the side,
I got it.
I put my address in there so that if you wanted to send me a small piece of that, then we'll stay in connection. And as soon as I'm getting there, I can tell you right now, I'm going up there on the 23rd of April. So if you guys could send that out when I get up there on the 23rd, I'll have both pieces, and I'll get it tested for you guys, because that's what I want to do. That's what I've been trying to do here at the podcast, with connections, with getting people out there that they need help with. You have this piece of material. Let's get it tested. It could be it could be a piece of volcano. Well, you don't know though. It could be something. It could be something stupendous. You could be sitting on Skywatch signal set in there. He's got a small piece of a meteorite, cost him a fortune to get it.
Oh,
so just imagine if that whole big piece you have is a meteorite.
That'd be awesome to know. I appreciate it.
Well, see, now if I had money like that, I could go down and see Bob Joyce.
That could help you with a little bit of funds, right? Like, hey, who wants a meteorite?
Oh, shoot.
No. But
But
we'll get the information to you, authenticate it, get some research notes. See if it is a meteorite, you'll at least have it.
I'd like to know what it is. Yeah.
Just lastly, from my perspective,
bitty little being in there.
Yeah.
Little alien will wake up.
Like the Men in Black movie when they took the guy's head off. There was a little guy sitting in the chair. You never know.
You never know.
But yeah, people want to reach us, psychicspectrum.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we're in Seattle, Pacific Daylight Time, and we do all kinds of events online and in person.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And
thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Anytime. Yeah. Anytime. We could have talked for hours more, but I didn't want to hold you guys up.
Oh, we're fine.
And if you decide you want to talk about Bigfoot, trust me, we got all kinds of stories.
We got some ghost voices.
Oh, we have voices from ghosts that we've captured on our ghost hunts and video.
Yeah.
And some,
We'll definitely have you guys back on.
People in chat are saying, can you come back on? You've got there's people you're already being followed on your social medias, and people are saying, can you please come back on this show as well? So
cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're both retired, so we're open for any time, just almost any day.
Yeah, as long as it's not before noon.
Yeah.
All right.
Good mornings.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on, and when we like I said, as soon as we get that piece of material from you guys and I get it in the mail, When I go up there, when I actually, I'm going to drive it to him and going to the lab to make sure it gets to him and everything, sign off all this stuff, and we'll get some results to you. I can't wait. Like, we'll have
I'm excited.
We'll have a double episode. We'll have a materials expose, showcase. We're like, here's Murray Island. Here's UK. Are these similar? Are these the same? Are they UFO? Are they what are they?
I'll have to wear my UFO Bigfoot shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gotta see it. All right, guys and girls out there, we are gonna wrap it up here. Please subscribe to the channel. I wanted to also, we have the researchers channel on Discord that's now opened up, that we are doing our first research in the field investigation. That will be on the 17th to the 19th of April in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Already have the cabin set up. We're going to Apple Pie Hill. And we're going to try to find out if we can. We're doing baseline comparisons, synchronized timing. We have multiple sensors that will be logging, controlled signaling. We'll be doing remote CE5 coordination with our CE5 team. And we're also going to be doing this for repeatability. This is the first exercise that we build on for our field exercises in the field, build upon them with our signaling techniques. And the next time we get out there, we'll have something stupendous for you guys. And I would have said this earlier, but I have an article that I'm writing for Nick Pope for UNX magazine, and it's something near and dear to my heart. I'm not gonna go through the 5 pages that I wrote about my friend Nick, but he really was, the real Fox Mulder when it came to UFOs and actually getting the research community, together. We lost a great figurehead. And as soon as this is completed for UNX magazine, I'm going to go ahead and put it on our Discord channel, free of charge for you guys, so you guys can read the life and legacy of Nick Pope, a voice between worlds, a bridge between truths. Damn, I had to get that out. But
he's with you, man.
Yeah, I know. I just he's going to stick with me probably for the rest of my life. He helped me start this channel. He backed me on it. He when nobody else would. And then sadly he's passed on, but the last thing I can say to him is rest easy, Nick. The signal will still go out per Astra ad Astra.
That's it, man. That's it. Take it easy.
We'll see you guys on the Discord, and after all this, we want you to know that it is not always doom and gloom. It's about that 1,000-pound weight ton that disinflated, I guess. But I'm still carrying it.
Mr. Miyagi, I'm being attacked by my cat.
See? He knows. He knows what time it is. He says you better scratch or slam that like button on there, because I
think you should press it gently and with care, but
I think the 1,000 pounds, and if you have to get a new keyboard, well, you needed to get one anyway. But as soon as we're done, we'll be on Discord for you guys, and like I said, as always, per Astra ad Astra.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Skip and Sha'ron as well too.
You want to stay in the back, Skip and Sha'ron?
Yeah, I've got a little story to tell you afterwards. I wanted to ask you something.
About 1 minute and 23 for the outro.
thing is real. It can't be.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
There is no spoon.
Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the world.
UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying overhead.
Hello, my name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
The signal has been received. The truth is still unfolding. The signal will continue with you.